What's up, magical humans? I'm Mia Magic. Welcome to your most magical life. I am so excited to share this video with you today. I'm sorry it's been so long for those of you who have been following me for a while. I've been off the grid for a minute and I have been thinking about making this video for a while. I get comments and questions about this all the time. What kind of music do I listen to? What is the best way to really honor the spiritual path while still being able to jam out and not toxify your brain? And the biggest reason why I'm so passionate about this is because music programs your subconscious. If you have something playing in the background, if you have any type of beat, like any words playing in your environment, they are programming your subconscious, whether you're aware of it or not. And so that's why it's really important for me. Like, we do not play any music in this house that's not high vibration or empowering or uplifting in any way. If we hear words that we're like, oh, that's not good, it immediately goes off and we don't listen to it. So these are all going to be artists and or songs that you can listen to and count on to feel really good and to be supportive for your spiritual path. And a lot of you know the story where I used to be a total hip hop head. Like, you see me in the club and like I can recite every lyric to every hip hop song from, like the late 90s and early 2000s. And then I read this article when I first moved to LA that talked about how hip hop actually totally toxified your brain, made you more aggressive, made your self-worth really low, made your self-esteem and like your general acceptance of your life and like how you felt about yourself just really horrible. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I should stop listening to this immediately. And I did. I just quit cold turkey. I stopped listening to hip hop at all. And I really got into a lot of different types of music. At that time, Pandora was still a thing. Maybe some of you are Pandora users. The one aspect of Pandora that I really loved was the station that I created was a blend. You could like mix two stations. So I made a Frank Ocean mixed with Pretty Lights station on Pandora, and that station gave me so much dope spiritual music. Some of the ones that I'm going to mention here right now, I'll just start off. Rudimental, epic, like still kind of makes you feel like hip hop, but it's really positive messaging. They have a great song called Free with Emily Sandé, who's another artist that I really love. She has this dope song called Next to Me. A lot of the people that I'm going to mention, just so you guys know, I'm sort of like a one-hit wonder with them. Like, maybe I know one song of theirs and I don't know the whole of their album. So I'm going to let you guys know what the particular songs are that are really high vibe for me, that help me get amped up in the morning, that are supportive to, creating positive thought patterns in your mind and making you feel good and good about yourself. So Emily Sandé, Rudimental, I've listened to whole albums of theirs. I was front row seeing them at Coachella that year that this all happened. I was like super psyched. And Bonobo, lots of cool, super kind of ambient, Fela kind of music where there's not a ton of words and things. Odessa, I know a lot of people know about Odessa, but those are really great artists and groups that really supported me in kind of shifting out of the hip hop and still feeling like I could get down to their music. So the other ones that I've really used to fully reprogram my mind. So when I was in a particularly challenging time of my life, I was super nomadic. I was like trying to figure it all out. I was like, I'm going to be a life coach. Didn't know how it was going to work. Didn't know if it was going to work, but was really trying to be in a state of trust. And I pretty much solely listened to this group called Beautiful Chorus. Now, a lot of people really subscribe to listening to Sanskrit mantras, and I think that's great. These mantras have been used for thousands of years. If that is what you're into, David Premal, Snandam Kaur, there's lots of really cool people, Krishna Das, lots of great kirtan and sacred song artists in that genre. But for me, what was incredibly helpful was listening to those mantras in English. And so they're not necessarily the same wording, like Om Asatoma Sadgamaya. They're not the meanings of those things, but Beautiful Chorus has these epic songs that are like mantra. They're often just the same words repeated over and over again. Not all of them, but many of them are. And I would listen to that and sing along and literally reprogram my mind and my subconscious. One of my favorite songs just says, I am everything I want to be and I have everything I need. And that actually wasn't one of the ones that I used to listen to back in the day when I was really utilizing them. But now it's one of my mantras to just remind me that now that's my truth. That's actually the state that I'm living in. I literally am everything I want to be, and I do have everything I need. And that's still kind of mind-boggling to me. And so I can listen to that song as just a really powerful reminder. They have a ton of great great, amazing songs that are just so empowering, so sweet, and so supportive to listen to. I highly recommend Beautiful Chorus. It's one of my favorite groups. If you're into bluegrass music, which I personally am, I love bluegrass. Ma Muse is another great group, like Ma, like the mother, and then Muse, like a muse. I love them so much. A little more bluegrassy, a little more kind of down home, but I'm really into that. I grew up listening to a lot of Alison Krauss, so I like that kind of music a lot. So they're great. Elephant Revival, Rising Appalachia, great, empowering, good vibe, good lyrics. You can sing along and not feel like you're degrading yourself or being an asshole to anyone, because that's a really big thing for me. I want to be able to sing along, right? So some of the songs that I really use to get super amped up, and people that I don't know a lot of their other music, that woman Jessie J, who's got that song Queen, love that song. Thunder by Imagine Dragons, that's such a theme song for my life. I love that song. There's an Adam Turner remix to a Robbie Williams song called I Love My Life, or just Love My Life on Spotify. And that's one of my daily morning mantras that I just jam out to, that I love so much. Meg Mac has a song called Don't Need Permission. And the lyrics are like, I don't need permission to, this ain't an audition, I don't need permission to be myself. I'm like, yes, queen, that's right. Thank you very much. And that's really how I feel. So I love to sing that and then jam that one out in the car. My partner has been getting into Lucas Graham a lot lately. My partner is honestly a huge source of the music that I get now. Obviously, we weren't dating when I first started listening to some of these like more high vibe artists, but he is just like a magical magnet to really good music. So now I pretty much just Shazam everything that he plays, because he's a SoundCloud user and I'm a Spotify user, obviously, so we can't like trade playlists, which is really annoying. But he loves SoundCloud. He gets the dopest remixes off of things. It's kind of annoying because I can't always get the same versions of the songs, but I can always like find who they are, where they came from, and I got to give him credit. And also he wanted me to mention that he writes really high vibe dumpling songs for our kittens and sings them throughout our house, and every day it's a new dumpling song. So I want to just give him a shout out for all of the high vibe dumpling songs that he brings to our house. Bless him for all the good music in general. Some of these people are good friends of mine and like local Topangans, which I love so much. One of my favorites, if you do love hip hop, Madame Gandhi. She is a fucking badass queen. She like got her name by free bleeding on the London Marathon, and like Oprah was tweeting about it and stuff. She's a fucking badass, dope high priestess of music. She's a drummer. She's absolutely incredible. Local Topangan witch. She's fucking phenomenal on the beats, with the lyrics. She's like, when I'm productive like my ovaries, I'm like, yes, get it. So I met her at our dear friend Saw's birthday. She was performing and I was like, girl, what's good? We need to be friends. Come hang out. And then like discovered more of her music, and she's just so amazing. Same with David Block from The Human Experience. Epic. One of the best DJ sets I ever went to was Sunrise at Envision Festival in Costa Rica years ago, and my friends were like trying to leave. They wanted to go home so bad, and David Block was like closing it out, and I was just like, they literally had to drag me. They were like pulling me like, Mia, come on, we're leaving. And I was like, just so much dancing. And he and my partner have the same birthday, and they're just like little birthday twins. Their romance is very sweet. I guess I just said romance, but I meant bromance, but you know what I mean? Like, it's a thing. So great music. He's got another band called Gone Gone Beyond, different kind of genre, but really good if that's what you're into. Who else are our local people? Oh, Shalita is another underrated, amazing woman that I met one time at a party, and then just like searched her on Spotify. She said she made music, and I was like, what? This shit is so fucking epic. She has this one song called Penetrate, and it's like, I mean, it's like kind of naughty, but she's like, I slow grind, I'ma get on top, penetrate my thoughts. And I'm like, yes, that's the kind of fucking music you want to be listening to. Sorry for all the kids out there. Another queen in the community here in LA is Lizzie Jeff. She's got a couple of dope songs. Drip and The Goddess Code are my two personal favorites. I actually haven't listened to the rest of her albums, but like, she's a fucking priestess. She's so lit and amazing, and just like, you just catch her smoking fat blunts with these huge hoops and dope kimonos, and she's amazing. She's like sweet and funny and silly, and her music is lit, and she runs a lot of cool cannabis events here in LA. She's incredible. Yaima, epic, like really incredible, dope, spiritual. Ayla Nerio, Amazing, amazing. Her partner is the Polish ambassador. Amazing music, really deeply beautiful, spiritual, but like dope beats and shit that you can shake your ass to and that you can get down to and that you can have fun to and that you can party to and that you don't need to have negative messages being programmed into your subconscious. Maria Stark, like Mary with an A, she is amazing. She also has an album for kids. I think it's like something about the cauldron. Her music is witchy and spiritual and powerful and Magdalene, priestess, rose lineage, super womb powered. She's one of my current favorite artists. All these people that I'm saying to you are like the people that I listen to now. So I really have been listening to her pretty much on nonstop. Whenever my partner and I make love, that's the music that I'm playing. Maria Stark. And like I said, she's got a kids album too. That's like, I think like little witchy magical kids songs. So like, who doesn't love that, you know? When you have kids, like I haven't listened to it, but you know what I'm saying? There's an epic song called Goddess by Kobe that I love and by Jira Burns. Both songs are called Goddess, I'm pretty sure. And they're amazing. I have like a whole playlist that's just songs about the goddess, obviously. Like, come on. Deadova is one of Bear's dear friends. She's amazing. Rigzin is another one of Bear's friends. She lives in this really cool like Tibetan temple that we went to visit in Northern California, and she has like 7 wolves just wandering around her property. Bear actually got electrocuted by the wolf fence. It was very funny. Not to him, obviously, but to the rest of us. And she sings the Tibetan Book of the Dead. Is it the Tibetan Book of the Dead, baby? Anyways, it's the Tibetan Book of the, she sings like the Tibetan scriptures over dope beats made by like random rap and cool ass people, Flume and things like that. So she's fucking epic, amazing, like really good. Also, some of these are more ambient, some of these are more like sing-along kinds of music. Pia or Peia, P-E-I-A. She has, I'm sure you guys have seen like Blessed We Are, Machi. She's got some really great songs. Her voice is angelic, like in a way that you're like, oh my God, what is happening? She's so amazing, really epic songs. And she plays, like I saw her at my friend Aubrey's like had an event on a boat and she was like playing the violin live or the cello or something. So she plays her music also. I heard another friend of mine was in an ayahuasca ceremony that she ended up being at, and like she ended up singing live and stuff, and he said it was the most transcendent thing ever. It was just totally mind-boggling. So I'm like, that's the kind of ayahuasca ceremony that I definitely would want to go to, right? Alexa Rose Sunshine, that song, I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I'm pretty sure she's from Beautiful Chorus. Don't quote me on that. I don't know, but I think she is. And she, Alexa Rose Sunshine, on her own has that song. It's also like mantra, says the same words over and over again, and you just program your mind with it. She's epic. Amber Lily is another queen in the community. I think she lives in Boulder. She doesn't live here in LA, but she's amazing. Really great music, super woke in the good way, not the like Illuminati, whatever people say that I shouldn't use that word, but fuck it. You know what I mean? Like actually woke. Ixchel Prisma, spelled like the goddess Ixchel, I-X-C-H-E-L. She's amazing. Has great, great music. My sister Zahara always plays her in ceremony. Wonderful. She has like a song called Magic. Then that's another thing I was going to mention is that there are all of these songs like from movies where they're just a one-off song. So A Wrinkle in Time, the soundtrack, has this epic song called Magic, and it's by Sia. And it's one of the most magical songs ever. It talks about magic in an ordinary life. Like maybe it's a magic moment right now. And that song is so woke. That is one of my, actually in the Dr. Joe Dispenza advanced retreat where you do this whole kaleidoscope programming meditation. You have this mind movie that you're supposed to watch to like build your subconscious reality, which by the way, totally fucking works because every single thing I put on that vision board has pretty much already come true. Whoa. And that was my song that I played for my mind movie. So it's a very powerful song and it's, you know, but it's from like a soundtrack that I haven't listened to the rest of the soundtrack, but I highly recommend you find that song from Wrinkle in Time. Another of those one-off songs is Lilith Be Gone by Blackbriar. One of my witch school students gave me that song and it was so epic and I love it. And I haven't listened to any of their other music, but it's like, you want to talk about Lilith? I'm here for it, right? So then if you're interested in, like I said, some of these are really great ambient songs, one of the albums that is most transcendent for me. You can listen to the whole album on Spotify or on CD, which is what I did because I found it at my mom's house. I was like, oh, I want to listen to some shamanic drumming. And I just like casually went over and was like flipping through my mom's CDs one time when I was at home. And she just had this CD called Drum Medicine. And I was like, oh, sounds great. I was supposed to be eating dinner with her in like 20 minutes. So I was like, I'm just going to meditate for 15 minutes. I ended up listening to the whole album all the way through. It sent me into a total fucking trance. It's got like eagle sounds and nature, river noises and stuff. It's incredible. Dave and Steve Gordon. That album is called Drum Medicine. They have tons of other ones. They're all on Spotify, or at least some of them are. And those are super trancy, amazing musical gifts to the world. Really great drumming. Drumming actually emulates the heartbeat from when we're in the womb. So I highly recommend utilizing drumming if you're looking to achieve trance states or altered states of consciousness. You can really utilize drum with breath work. Depends on like what your relationship to medicine is, a little bit of cannabis, a little bit of mushrooms, something like that. And like take yourself on a fucking journey. Like, whoa, you also don't need any medicine. Obviously you are the medicine. That's the whole point of like having these kinds of songs and musical gifts, is to just remind ourselves that we are the medicine and we are the magic and we are the gift and we have the access, right? That's the whole point of like what the church took away from us, is like, oh, we're the access point to the divine. We'll talk to God for you. You just sit over there and be totally dependent upon us. We'll take care of everything. No. This is about you cultivating, harnessing, wielding, and connecting to your own relationship to the divine. And so a little breath work and shamanic drumming soundtrack is a really powerful way to reach altered states of consciousness without any outside substance. So I think I mentioned Parangi, dope man. He is so incredible. He's done some absolutely crazy things. The last time I saw him, he had just come off of sundancing, which is like a Lakota tradition where they literally, in order to have men experience the pain and challenge that women go through in childbirth, they put sticks through their skin, huge sticks through their skin, and they dance around a tree that they're tied to by 2 sticks through their skin for 4 days. No food, no water, no sleeping, no laying down. 4 days. It's like some next level shit. So Parangi is next level. That man is, on some serious magical shit. And he is incredible the way he creates music. His wife's amazing. And so also supporting these kinds of people is really wonderful and a good thing to do. So I highly recommend that you follow them on Spotify. You can follow me on Spotify, Mia Magic. I got all the woke music. The only thing that's ever going to be in my anything, anywhere is going to be good, high vibe, spiritual music. And I highly recommend just finding what works for you and utilizing these platforms like Spotify, Pandora, YouTube, if that's what you use, SoundCloud. Like my partner has the SoundCloud account that you pay for. I don't know what that gives you, but like he loves the remixes, so he's very into that. So really just, I invite you to look at your auditory stimuli with a little more discretion and a little more curiosity and a little more care, because music is a really powerful influence on us and on our lives. And if you're looking around at your life and you don't really like what you see, what and how is that reflected in your music? Is your music telling you about this life that you should have, that you don't have, that you wish you had, that you're sad that you don't have, that like you're not enough to have, and then you feel all these horrible things. You're like, I should have Louboutins and I should have Bugattis and all that stuff. It's like, guess what? I have a couple of pairs of Louboutins, and I bought them so long ago when I was so young, when I thought that I needed expensive red bottom shoes to make me happy. And guess what? They don't mean shit. They don't make you happy. And I got myself a Range Rover off of the vision board. And you know what? I got rid of it and got a truck because I live in Topanga on a rough road. And like, this is the kind of car that I need, actually. It didn't genuinely fulfill me the way that we're programmed and taught to think that those things will fulfill us. They won't. So I highly recommend that you listen to the kind of music that reminds you of the type of fulfillment that actually matters, that will actually make you feel good and enjoy your life and love yourself and love all the people around you and be a source of love and light and magic in the world. And there's really, really great opportunities to do that with all of these artists that I've listed here. So I hope that you and your listening pleasure have been expanded and activated by this video. I'm Mia Magic. Make sure sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you have other artists that I haven't mentioned, please put them below. I would love to hear about them. I'm always available for new music, and I'm not really the kind of person that goes and seeks it out myself. I kind of just let it come to me and Shazam everything, you know? That's still one of my top favorite apps, like of all time. Since the beginning of iPhones, I'm like, Shazam, this is great. So I still love using that app. And shout out to Shazam, because literally one time I was like at a pool party and the DJ was like way out down there, and I was like up on the roof, like at on a balcony of a room, and I just stuck my phone out and the Shazam still caught it. So just a shout out to Shazam. I fucking love you guys. Thank you so much, because I have so much good music because of you. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Again, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Mia Magic, and welcome to your most magical life.